Okay, 7th grade. So today, hopefully you have all of your letters sort of blocked out. As you can see, I went through and fixed a few of them. And if you don't, that's fine too. You can always rewatch other parts of that video. And just remember to draw lightly at first, and then as you can see, I went back and crisped the lines with a darker area. I want to do a quick review of lines here for those of you. As I'm using this today, you have your diagonal lines, your horizontal, vertical, your parallel. Okay, we're going to use a lot of parallel lines, so keep that in mind. Parallel lines are going the same direction right next to each other, just like two lanes on a highway. Okay, they should never cross paths. They should always continue on and on forever next to each other. Or you have intersecting where eventually they are going to come together. Okay, so just kind of keep those in mind as I'm using those today. What I'm going to show you is how to do the back sides of your letters so that they look like they're carved out of cubes and they are three-dimensional. So the first thing you want to think about is we're going to be using horizontal lines today, some vertical lines, and a lot of parallel lines. Okay? If this were a 3D letter, it would have an inside and a backside. Okay? So this is one of those things that now you're going to add on, and it's going to make it look more three-dimensional. Okay? I'm going to start with the M. When you are drawing the back sides, always make sure you still keep your nice lined up with the diamond part of your letter. I'm going to line up this part of the M a little better. Okay? But now I'm going to find that corner. I'm going to draw a horizontal line backwards from it. Okay? So these are always going to be drawn to pretty much the right for this side. Okay, so there's a horizontal line. And I want you to see how I'm just going to draw it upward. Now I have the front of the M and the inside of the M. I can also do the same thing with the point of the M that comes down. Line up my ruler with it. I draw a horizontal line to the right, and I want it to be parallel, so I'm going to connect like this, and now I have two parallel lines. So this is like the underside of the point of the M. Okay, if I can see those, I could also see what would be the end side here. Okay, and it's kind of hiding behind my eye. So to just suggest that it's there, I'm going to just draw a little parallel line. So now hopefully you can see. Here are my two parallels. Front of my M, side of my M, underside. Okay? All I did was find the bottom of that letter and draw a horizontal line back to the right from it. Okay? Now the I is going to have the same situation. We're going to cover up some things here. Alright? I'm going to find first the corner. I'm going to draw a horizontal line back from it. So here is my horizontal line. I need these lines to be parallel, so after I've drawn one horizontal line, I draw a diagonal line that is parallel to the front line. Same thing with the top part of my eye. Find the end, draw a horizontal line, then draw a parallel line with the front of my eye. Okay? So now this part of my eye, okay, is going to actually have a little bit of a crease. So this time I'm going to find the next corner and draw a diagonal line. And now I'm going to draw a vertical line, because this is the inside of my eye. I connect it with a diagonal line, draw another parallel line. Down here, connect with a parallel line as well. So now, if you look, you can see that that is my eye there. And now all I'm doing is finding every place there's an angle. Okay? And I'm starting with a horizontal line and then creating a parallel line that is parallel with that first part of my block letter. Okay? Same thing with like the N here. Okay? It's lined up with my diamond, which is correct. I'm going to find the corner. I'm going to make a horizontal line out from the corner of my N. I want it to be parallel with the line next to it, so now I'm going to make a vertical line. Horizontal, vertical, just disappears as it reaches that part. Some of you will probably pick this up right away because you can just sort of understand how it's going to go, and some of you might need to work on it a little longer. Here again, next angle, horizontal line, and hopefully you can see it's going to be parallel. So in order for it to be parallel, it has to be diagonal. Okay, this one had to be vertical in order to be parallel. So there's always a horizontal line from the corner. There's always a parallel line coming out of that horizontal line that lines up with that first line on your letter. So now you can see the inside of the N, top side of the N. Okay? Now, I also have what's coming up to be the front side of my N. Okay? And I could leave it the way it is so that it literally runs right into my A and they're clustered right next to each other, so you can't see any space behind them because they are right next to each other. Okay? So that would mean I don't really have to change anything here or here, but I would see the inside part of my A. You have to treat it as if it's like a cube. So again, make sure my A lines up with my diamond. Go to where it lines up with the diamond, draw a horizontal line inward. Now my horizontal lines, because I'm on this side, the right side, are going to go to the left. And a parallel line, vertical. Okay, can you see that? This is the only place where it gets a little tricky because there's not a perfect way to really do this, but to make the inside, I make a diagonal line and then run another parallel line next to it. So it looks like a little bit of a doorway. Okay, same thing up here. I could see the inside of the A like a window. Find the corner, draw a diagonal line. Off of that diagonal line comes two parallel lines. And now it looks like the inside of a window. Always finding the corners or the very bottom where it runs into your diamond. Okay, same thing with the R here. Corner, corner, connect with a parallel, and another parallel. You could even do the top part too. Do the bottom part of my R, find where it lines up. My horizontal lines are all going to the left, and there's a horizontal line. And you don't even really have to draw the other part of it because it would be disappearing behind the part of the R that comes forward. Okay? The D, this is why it's good to have all straight angles, all diagonal, parallel, or horizontal lines, or vertical, so that you can draw from angles. If you had curves, you wouldn't have the angles as a guide. So I'm going to find each angle, drawing a diagonal line, connecting them with a parallel line. That in this case is also a diagonal line. Okay? So this is what you have now. And really at this point you are pretty much done with the drawing part. You are now going to consider what sort of structure and images you want to add. I believe you need to have at least 5 images, words, symbols that reflect your personality incorporated into the picture. Okay? So you could turn them into certain things. I could choose to make some of this look like it's built out of bricks or something like that. If I want to do that, I just want to show you really quick. If it's on the right side, it lines up with my right vanishing point. So I could take my ruler, and let's say I'm just doing my N, and I use my ruler like it's a compass, and I just keep drawing diagonal lines, lining up with my vanishing point, and going through my A. So I'm going to try and make it look like it's got like a brick wall texture or something. You can make them look like they're all different buildings if you want. If you look at the examples on the PowerPoint, that can help you. Some people just wanted to fill them with different patterns. Some people wanted to turn the space around them into something because it is built on a horizon. So I could easily make it look like it's sitting on a beach or an ocean, put palm trees and stuff, have it looking like it's sitting on the beach. Add things flying in the sky. One year somebody did a really cool volleyball net, and I think that's on there. Okay, and you do the net the same way I'm showing you here. You line it up with different sides of the vanishing point, depending on what side it's on. And you draw those diagonal lines. So there I have the A, and you can see I went top, got to the horizon, then started pointing down. Okay, and then now I would just make sporadic vertical lines. Don't have to do this, but maybe you want to fill it with some sort of a pattern. So this is just a cool pattern and perspective to try. Okay, so now it looks kind of like it's a brick wall. That's also an A. Okay, so I could choose to, like I said, here's my horizon here. Maybe I'm going to color all of this with colored pencils. You're using colored pencils and markers. Maybe back here there's going to be some islands or something. Maybe some mountains like it's Hawaii or Colorado. Maybe that has something to do with my personality, which I do enjoy going to Colorado. I've skied there several times. My brother lives there. Maybe you're going to do this cool like sun setting effect. Have some radiating lines coming out. So you can see how that just gives it an interesting perspective. And then I could continue that over on this side here. Maybe if you do sports, you want to fill the letters with different, like softballs, basketballs, footballs. You could do Red Hawks. You could turn this into a football field and have these be like the end zones, have field goals on either side. Pretty much sky's the limit as far as how you want to finish it once your name is on there in perspective. Okay? So please refer back to the PowerPoint and hope you enjoy this.